Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Mama Jojo Roaring Rio. And if you are new here, I encourage you to subscribe and share this video. On my channel, I'm considered a fasting lady. Every day of the week, 365 days of the year, I do some method of fasting, be it intermittent fasting, the 4 methods of intermittent fasting, or water fasting. I just completed a 21-day water fast, and Saturday, like tomorrow, I'm starting a juice fast, and that will prepare me to go into 7 days of, excuse me, I have my laptop in front of me, so if I'm looking down, I'm not being rude, I'm just looking at my notes. And also, I'm gonna stop to drink because I'm traveling. So what I did was I went ahead and I had a lot of fruits and vegetables in my house. So, and my last meal has to be by 8 o'clock tonight, yes. So I went and I made some apple, grapefruit, all of the vegetables, pear, all of the fruits and vegetables that I had in the house, I juice it. So this is what I have. So I'll be sipping on it as we go along. So this is like a women talk issue that I'm going to talk about. So let me get started. So that's what my channel is about. I'm an intermittent fasting coach. I'm a gut health coach. I'm a vegan nutrition coach. I have my diploma in nutrition. I have it in diet planning. I have it in herbalist. I just went full blast to prepare myself because I'm getting up there, you know, and I wanted to be able to combat those illnesses that come when you are hitting certain age. So that's what I do. And that's just something I love to do. And today's video, and I also talk about world cultures. And I'm home, as you can see, I'm home. I just made dinner, and then I have this I have to drink before 8 o'clock. I'm not going to drink all of them because it's a lot of grapefruit and lime that I have in there, but I just have to keep, you know, drink them to be hydrated. But for today's video, it's not about world cultures, it's not about fasting, it is not about budgeting. It is about a virtuous woman. I ran some errands today, and I stopped at a certain place, and I asked, and I saw a certain book, and I said, oh, the title attracted me. The title of the book attracted me. And there was a lady in there and she said, oh, I know who the author is. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. She said, you don't know the author? And then there was another lady there, and then she came and they were talking. And she said, but you know what happened? This church started, and in less than 2 or 3 months, the church dissolved. I said, really? And I said, why would a church dissolve? Weren't they doing evangelism? Weren't they reaching out? Weren't they letting people know what's going on? And I said, well, I don't know what the reasons are, but you know, some people give up too quick, because usually when you start a church, sometimes you may not even have good 3 members. You just have to be consistent, going from door to door, knocking, talking to people, giving out your tracts, your Christian tracts, you know, going to parking lots and telling people about, you know, the church. That way the church can grow. That's what I know. But for the church to just give up like that, and then the lady said, no, that's not the reason. I said, oh, but what's the reason now? She said, you know, the church broke down because the pastor wife, and that's why, if you look at the thumbnail of this video, I asked the question, pastors' wives, are you virtuous women? And the reason why I asked that question was, this is what I heard. But there was other people there who knows for the story and were confirming it. And I'm like, okay, so this must be true, because Usually when you come up to say certain things, you have to ask, because there are two sides to every story. No matter how flat the pancake is, as an objective person, whenever someone tells you something, make sure to find out the other side of the story. Because don't conclude, because sometimes people got their jealousy. People got things that are going on in their lives. Some people are unhappy. Some people don't like themselves. Some people don't like to see other people doing well, right? Some people, they have just given up on life. And that's all they know, is to spread lies, gossip. And when someone says something about someone, they don't go and ask the second part, ask the other side of the story. They just run with the lies. And other people, because of their pain, and they are hurting, and they have some envy and jealousy towards that person, they just run with it, and life shouldn't be that way. We should always be people, critical thinkers, to ask the other side of the story, and if you have been that person who, when someone tells you something, you don't care to ask the other side of the story, you just believe it, you're walking in error. Because you will create enemies for yourself. You will hate people for no reason without even knowing the truth, right? So when he said that, I said, but I'm interested in this, but do you have enough telephone number? Because I really want to ask that side of the story and find out if what you guys are saying is true. And she said, yes, we don't lie. And I'm like, okay. But whether if they were saying it's true or not, but this is the story. She said, the lady was saying that the new church that started, the pastor wife came up with her own budget as a pastor wife, and said that the church should give her $100 every week to do her hair. She'll buy her shoes, her nails, and her pedicure. I think she was demanding over $250 every week for her personal upkeep, which means she would do her hair, she would buy her clothes, she would do her nails, she would buy things, as a first lady of the church. That's what, according to the story, that's what she was demanding. And I said, excuse me, I have to take a sip because I have to be done before 8 o'clock. And I said, is that right? She said yes. And then they confirmed it. And then I began to think to myself, as a pastor wife, your husband starts a brand new ministry, right? First of all, you have a brand new ministry. You don't have up to 10, 20 members. As a pastor wife, you should be working outside the home. I don't care about the dynamics of your home, but you should be working or creating your own source of income and teaching the young women in the church how to be productive and industrious wives in their homes. But if this is true, and you are the pastor where you don't have a congregation of 20 people, and you are demanding all of that, what are you telling the other women in the church to do? And I was reading the Proverbs chapter 31, and I'm going to read it shortly for you if you listen. I'm going to be reading from my laptop. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She is like a merchant ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household, plan the day's work for her servants' girls. She goes to inspect the fields and buy it. And with her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She is energetic, strong, and a hard worker. Now, I know everybody's situation is different. I personally have my own beliefs and ideologies about what a woman should or should not do. I believe a man is a provider, but I'm talking about a relationship where The husband is not abusive to the wife. He respects her. He meets her emotional needs. He goes out and work. He helps around the home. There are no other women involved in the relationship, just husband and wife going through their dailies, you know, like ups and downs. In that situation, I think that's where the Proverbs 31 woman comes in. Because I personally don't believe that a woman should be, yes, you can be a Proverbs 31 woman to win the man over, but if a man is a cheat, he's abusing you, he's not taking care of his family, and he's not honoring you as a woman in your home, especially behind closed doors, to me, it doesn't make sense for you to be that woman who will see all of those things, right? And then don't try to find a way to correct it, because you'll be living in mental torture, you'll be living in grief, you'll be living in pretense. And when you go to church, the Holy Spirit will not be able to flow. People will not be able to get healed. People will not be able to get their prayer answers, because you and your pastor, you as a pastor wife, you and your husband, you are living a spiritual lie. You are one way in the church, and behind closed doors is a different thing. So I want to make those distinctions, because those things happen in the body of Christ. But back to this topic. And I was thinking, right? Okay, she's married to a pastor, so we will assume she's not being abused. And one thing I want to say, every woman wants to be a stay-at-home mom. Because like in America, when you have your babies, some employers, if you don't have vacation time, at 6 weeks old, you have to find a babysitter for your young baby, for your infant. And that's a painful thing that a woman, most women, that's why they have all of these postpartum depression, because of these things. They don't want to leave their babies. Every woman wants to be a stay-at-home mom. So I don't know what the circumstances in the situation is, because I just heard that because she gave a long list and it was confirmed. But my thing is, as a woman, you are leading a church. You are the first lady of the church. And your church has not grown to raise an income that will fully pay all of your living expenses, because there are some churches, they have 10,000, 15,000 members, and the members are faithful tithers. So the elders and the board of trustees can come together and say, okay, you know what, we need you here full-time, so go and be a full-time pastor, and in those churches will pay for the pastor's salary. But this is not the case. This is a brand new church. Yes, a brand new church. And then you are the pastor wife. What I think, I'm not a minister, I'm not anything, but it's just, I'm just giving what I think, right? And I may be wrong, I may be right, but I just think what is appropriate and fair to the congregation and to everybody. You as a pastor wife, your husband starts a new ministry. First of all, both of you guys are supposed to be working, because you have a family to take care of. And even if your husband is not working, and you as a wife, I'm talking about in a healthy relationship, you should be working and helping to support the family while your husband works on the ministry. That's how I feel it should be. And number two, even if both of you decide to stay home because of whatever reasons, or you have little kids and you can afford daycare, there is something you can do as a pastor wife. You can get your full license. You can cook at home and sell. You can sell Mary Kay. You can sell Avon. You have to be a Proverbs 31 woman and in a healthy relationship to help your husband. But you leave all of that, you start a brand new church, and you give the church members a weekly list. And guess what? What are you thinking, bad First Lady? Those women, they themselves, they want to have their hair done. They want to have their nails done. They want to wear new clothes to, women, they want to wear new clothes to church every day. They want those same things that you're asking them to do. And it is a new church. It is a brand new church. So if I were in that situation, what I would do, if I had little kids, I will find ways to make money at home, be it writing, be it cooking, be it selling, be it petty trading, be it opening an online store, doing something to bring some source of income. But mind you, I said in a healthy relationship, right? Because I know my husband is busy with the ministry, God has called him, and I'm supposed to be his helpmate. So I'll be doing those things. But you just sit and resign to doing nothing. And every week you want the church to give you this amount of money. I'm a Christian, right? If I were in that church, I would leave myself. Because why are you not working? Why are you not working? Because if you're a pastor wife, you're supposed to be leading the other women in the church. What are you teaching the younger women in the church? Then it means that if the other younger women see that you're the pastor wife, you are not working and you are healthy and they have to support you, guess what? Then they begin to put all that burden on their husbands, comparing you to their husbands, and they wouldn't want to work. I'm talking about a healthy relationship. So that's why I'm making a distinction. They wouldn't want to work. They want to put all the liability on their husbands. And before you know it, because two incomes, at least if they are in one accord and they are in agreement, it can go far, they can do better as compared to one income. So as a pastor wife, your first call is to God. Your second call, is to your husband. But then you have to be a wise woman. You have to read Proverbs chapter 31 and look at the scriptures and take what applies to you and apply it to yourself. And then in that way, you can start your women ministry and teach the younger women how to be industrious wives, how to be good wives, how to be able to be hardworking. I am talking about a healthy relationship. I'm talking about a healthy one man, one wife, goal-oriented couple. And then when the women come under your tutelage, you are able to teach them to work and help their husbands. You are able to teach them to start a side hustle, to start a business, to start something to get an extra source of income to help the family. But if you as the pastor wife, you sit there as the leader, the role model for the women in the church, and you do nothing, you don't trade, you don't buy fields, you don't plant anything, and you expect the women in the church, a brand new church, to come up and give you a certain amount of money every week, this is abuse in the house of God. This is abuse. Every person needs to be working. We are all ministers. The Bible said, go ye into the world and preach, right? So until your church congregation grows to the place where you are able to, the elders and the leadership of the church see the need to say, yes, you can be full-time. I will pay your salary. If you're a pastor, you need to be working part-time somewhere. If you're a pastor wife, you need to be working full-time. If you are industrious, you can do so many things. You can bake and sell. You can get some clothes and start an online store. You can do something to help yourself and help your husband. But if you would just sit down, because you're a first lady, You are sending a bad message. First of all, you are not a Proverbs 31 woman. First, secondly, you are sending a bad message to the younger women in the church. And then thirdly, your behavior will cause other women to start being lazy. And then if there is a conflict in one of your members' home, and a wife is not working, it's becoming a burden. Remember, I'm saying a healthy one husband, one wife, goal-oriented relationship, working together for one goal. So healthy one husband, one wife, no side chick, no side guy, working together, God-fearing family, working together, going through the ups and downs every day like every couple. And if those couples come to you and say, this is what I'm going through as a pastor wife, how genuine can you be to tell that wife when you yourself, you are not working, you are doing nothing extra to help, you have taken all your responsibility and transfer it to your young congregation? You are in error. You are in error. Don't be in error. Be a good pastor wife. Some of the pastor wives I know, they have their business or they're doing something. If the church has not told you to sit down and be full-time, you should be working. You should be working. And what if the situation I heard about, what if she decided to have a women conference, right? Will she be genuine with those women? What will she teach them that they can take home to their husbands and to their children and to other women around? She's not going to be honest. She's not going to be genuine. She's not going to be sincere, because she herself as a pastor wife, she is not working. She is not productive. She's not like the merchant ship bringing food from afar in her home. Even though I believe that a man is supposed to share in the household duties of the home, cook and clean and everything, but if that lady is being treated right, for the most part, she wouldn't mind doing all of those things, right? Yes. She gets up, she talks to her servants' girls, she inspects her fields and buys it. From her earnings, she plants her vineyard. She is energetic, she is strong, and a hard worker. So, I don't know what's going on in that situation, but if I were to be a member of that church and with such demand, I would not stay there. And knowing what is going on, that healthy people, healthy pastor wife is not working, no matter what, I would say something. Because she cannot minister to me. She cannot minister to the young women. She cannot minister to the widow. She cannot minister to the people out there. She's not in a position to minister to women, to empower women to get up and stop being dependent on their husband. I'm not saying this disrespectful, but she's not empowering women to get up and work and be a contributing factor financially in their homes. Because she herself, she's not doing it. And guess what happened? Because she herself, she's not doing it, it will be difficult for her to tell other women to do it, because people will be like, but you are not working. You put this great demand list of everything that we should give for your weekly care. So why should we work? So we want the same benefits that you are enjoying. We want our husbands to do it. So in that way, other women who were already lazy and they didn't want to work in a healthy relationship will follow suit. And we don't want that in the body of Christ. So if you're a pastor wife, please, if your congregation does not have enough tithe and offering to pay full-time salary, please get up and work. start a business and be a help to your husband. If you like this video, please share. Please join my Facebook group. This is Mama Jojo Roy in Rio. And please subscribe to my channel. I'm in no way condemning anyone or going after anyone, and I don't know their situations, but I just felt that it was necessary for me to just address this. And pastors too, if your wife is not working and you're in full-time ministry, try and create your own source of income until your church ministry, until the elders say you can sit down and then we'll take care of you, we'll pay you a full-time salary. Let's be good examples. Let's be good examples of Christians by working hard and not putting, as a pastor wife, and not putting all these demands on the congregation, on the women in the congregation, because you know what? You are not setting a good example if you do that. I love you. Mama Jojo Roy in Rio. Please share this video. And as pastor wives, let's rethink. If you're a pastor wife, rethink how you can be innovative, industrious in your home to help your husband, so the other women in the church can follow suit. That way, the burden will not be as much on the membership of the church or on the husbands in the church. Thank you. Please hit the subscribe button. If there is any topic you want to hear me talk about, my email address is down there. All of my information is down there. Please inbox me. Please send me a message and I will talk about it. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.